We're at SCTE Tech Expo in Atlanta, and one of the hot topics that we're seeing here and we've been seeing lately is how multi-screen has evolved. Multi-screen services of premium TV have evolved to where monetization is really important, and the use of the cloud has become just vital to so many strategies. It's been astonishing to see, and we have the opportunity to speak here with Sachin Sarthe, who is the Vice President of Strategy and Product Marketing for ActiveVideo. And of course, ActiveVideo has been at the forefront of cloud technology and cloud strategies for many years. Now, all of a sudden, it's happening.
Absolutely.
Big time. Let's talk a little bit about some of the customers that you've announced lately and the different permutations of those applications that have come into play with your technology. We've seen, one of the, I guess, stunning announcements was at IBC in Amsterdam concerning Liberty Global, which, of course, up to now has been seen as the proponent of the home media gateway strategy for delivering IP services in the home, and their Horizon service has been a subject to, certainly in our coverage and everybody else's, for a long time as a cutting edge. And lo and behold, they decided, hey, this ActiveVideo stuff might be another way to skin this cat. And then you announced Deutsche Telekom with another strategy, and then we are seeing from previous announcements Charter taking use of your technology, and Sumitomo and Cablevision, and it's beginning to pile up.
Absolutely.
So tell us a little bit about the different ways in which people are using your technology now in terms of the service rollouts.
Absolutely. No, so we are definitely seeing a lot of momentum for Cloud UI. 8 months back, there has always been question about how can we use this technology to deliver new experiences to different set-top boxes as well as connected devices. At NCTA this year, we announced Charter, as you said, and Charter is using our platform to deliver the full guide experience on all of their footprints. So 100% of their footprints will use to deliver the new experiences using Cloud UI.
Without changing set-tops?
Without changing or upgrading set-top boxes. And not only they can deliver to the existing set-top boxes, but they can also deliver that same experience to the connected devices such as Roku or connected television sets. So that's Charter. We have also announced Liberty Global. As you mentioned, Liberty Global is using our platform to complement their cloud UI strategy, to take their Horizon experience to the existing set-top box, but as well as to the connected devices. So what we are seeing is that more and more service providers are looking to expand their experience to multiple devices, and they are finding it challenging to deliver that on legacy set-top box as well as the new devices that are coming up every day in the market. And they are using our platform to deliver and address that challenge.
Now you use UI as kind of the touchstone because, of course, that experience is the opening gateway to all the next generation services.
Absolutely.
But at the same time, I guess there's a lot more involved than just the UI in terms of the application of your technology. Is that correct?
Absolutely. So UI is just the front end that as a consumer they see. But behind that is actually the services. So for example, Zego, which is our customer, using our platform, they deliver the VOD service using the Cloud UI on our Cloud TV platform. So they rolled out that service overnight across 600,000 subscribers.
That's Zego in the Netherlands.
Amsterdam, absolutely, yes. And they rolled it out across 600,000 subscribers overnight. And since then, they are seeing almost 220,000 subscribers started using this service as a penetration.
Now they already had VOD, but it was limited access based on what kind of set-top people had, and because they'd bought retail set-tops that didn't have those capabilities, there was a limited number of people in their footprint that could get VOD. Now anybody can get it, right?
Yeah, the whole navigation was the legacy navigation. You just go scroll down. Now they are seeing the navigation paradigm change, where now you can have Netflix type of navigations. You can get recommendation. You can actually put your recommendation on the movies, on what you like, what you don't like. And that kind of experience, which is HTML5 based user interface, all rendered in the cloud and delivered as a video, not only to the existing...
On cheap old boxes.
Absolutely.
That's the differentiator. I mean, we've seen so many cloud announcements, so many things going on with that, but it's either all IP over broadband, which is great because if you have IP connected devices, you've got a multi-screen service supported in the cloud. But you still have all those set-tops out there that aren't having that same experience. So you have basically a bifurcated service environment.
Precisely right.
And so, and you don't want to have to do what Liberty's been doing, which is spending oodles of money on those gateways to saturate the market to get to where those people have that experience. So this is an alternative strategy. Tell us a little bit about what Deutsche Telekom is doing, because that's different from all these others.
Absolutely. So as you know, we announced T-Labs, who has certified our platform. T-Labs, Deutsche Telekom T-Labs, is the gold standard for any experience that they want to roll out. They first test that in T-Labs. And industry has been using that as a gold standard, saying that if T-Labs has approved it, means they have been testing it, and it's a German company. They have been testing this for the last 3 years, and now they're using our platform to roll out cloud UI across 6 different countries. They are building a massive data center for Croatia, Hungary, and other countries. And they believe that cloud UI is the killer application that can reside on that massive data center as one application that can deliver consistent experience across different geographies, different markets, and different devices.
Now, in that case, they're using broadband to extend an over-the-top premium service, right?
Absolutely.
So I guess whatever is going on in terms of the compilation of those channels and even the tuning of those channels would be taking place in the cloud?
Yeah, everything is in the cloud. So they want. So their strategy is that they want to deliver a HDMI dongle, which has our thin client on it.
Okay.
And they want to give out those HDMI dongles at every gas station for free. Now suddenly your subscriber acquisition cost comes down from 600 euros down or 800 euros down to almost 20 euros for that small dongle. And
so that way whoever gets that dongle has now got what is to the appearance on the television set, not an over-the-top video service.
It's a managed service.
It's a television
It's a managed television service.
Yeah.
So you can take that dongle home, connect it to your HDMI port on your television, and now you get a managed service on unmanaged devices. So you can buy any television, you can there is no set-top box anymore. So you just have that HDMI dongle. Remember those AOL days? We used to get CDs in the home. If you like it, you use it. If you don't, you just throw it away. This is precisely the model.
Yeah, so in this case, then, they have the opportunity from a centralized location to serve 6 different countries, and I suppose they can then deliver the programming that's suited to those various countries and their languages, but it's all from a central point. It's all delivered over broadband. But it's a TV experience.
It's a complete TV experience. They can have their linear content, VOD, cloud DVR. They can add applications, the social network integration. Everything is done in the cloud as an experience and delivered to you as a video that you can interact with across different geographies and networks.
So there's some key distinctions in terms of how you're doing things when we talk about the cloud and how it's being done elsewhere. And I guess one of those has to do with the way things are rendered at your central point before it actually gets to the set-top, which goes to the heart of why you can use these legacy set-tops.
Yeah, precisely. As you pointed out, there are 2 thought processes. One, which is today the way people are doing it, which is you have a browser on the device, and you have the data in the cloud, which is they call it cloud strategy, which is data in the cloud, but all rendering is done on the box. So you are still dependent on the CPU power, the software, the memory, the overall footprint of the software on that device. You're dependent on all of that to deliver your experience. And that's why the service velocity gets affected when you have this dependency on the device. So experience on one device will be different on the experience on another set-top box, another connected TV. But in our case, we are doing that everything in the cloud. So your data is in the cloud, and the rendering in HTML5 interface is in the cloud, and we stream that as a video to all the devices. Now, all the devices that I've mentioned so far, like set-top box, the HDMI dongles, the Roku device, the connected TVs, the only common thing across all of that is a video decoder. So if you send your experience, your total TV experience, as you mentioned, as a video, now suddenly you have all your service velocity developed and services developed in the cloud and delivered across different devices.
Now, we've been talking about how this applies for, getting to the TV set, whether through legacy set tops or dongles. But you know, the dongle image also brings up the whole idea of delivering this over IP, over broadband, as part of the multi-screen service. So now it's bringing that experience into the multi-screen space on IP-connected devices over the broadband network. So is that happening from the same core as would be sending that same content to the set tops?
Yeah, same core. There is no infrastructure change. We complement the existing data center strategy for the service providers. So our platform sits right into the data center. We take the user experience and we convert that as a video stream. Once the user selects to watch the content, the service provider continues to deliver the same way they were delivering before. So we hand over that session to the same DRM protection that they had before, or even same conditional access system that they have been using on the set-top boxes. So we don't touch that part, so it gets easy for service provider to integrate into their environment.
So you're not doing anything when it comes to compression or streaming or fragmentation or that sort of thing. You're depending on the fact that they've already got that in place. It's just that you're taking the burden off those end devices. You're creating a more unified experience.
Absolutely, it's a consistent branded experice that we are delivering.
As you look at where this is going, you know, some of your customers are in test mode with this. Some are actually in commercial rollouts. It's an interesting question that's now arisen because on the multi-screen side, over the past year, operators have awakened to the fact, oh my God, we gotta do all of our channels. We gotta do a full boatload of VOD. We have to do everything, and the amount of processing that's required for that in terms of the streaming and the transcoding, et cetera, and the bandwidth burdens on that. I mean, it gets to be really costly. So whereas TV Everywhere was once seen as a nice little adjunct and a benefit to engage subscribers, all of a sudden now it's getting costly and it needs monetization. And so what we're hearing here at this show especially has been a lot of discussion around dynamic advertising, around fulfilling the rights requirements of content on the fly, so that somebody tuning into a particular channel on IP who could get it on their set-top, suddenly they're not allowed to get it on their IP device and it's a live channel. Well, they got to get something, so now you got to slot in some other program instead, and you might even have to tell them why you're doing this, because otherwise they're going to think something's wrong. So you have all this dynamism that has to be managed, and most of this is happening at the edge. Do you rely on the edge for that, or are you able to accommodate that from the central core as well?
From a service delivery perspective, we dependent on how service provider wants to deliver that. So ours is a completely software platform running off of cloud on a common data and server platforms. So from an integration perspective, for us, it's easy with the existing backend infrastructure integration. We don't get dependent on the devices that are end devices in the market. So from the discussion that you're having, which is how do we add monetization into this, right? So service providers today are looking for how do we deliver services beyond just the regular television channels, how they can improve the VOD experience, how they can deliver the cloud DVR, how they can add the gaming, the casual gaming aspects of it, how they can add the social integration. Those are some of the aspects that are more monetization side. So people will pay for that one, like cloud DVR especially, or casual gaming, or VODs if they are partnering with either, there's discussion happening with Netflix partnering with cable companies, or OTT content delivered on the managed set-top boxes. Those are some of the things that can be considered as a monetization play for pay TV operators. The challenge for them today is how do they deliver that fast on existing devices which are out there. Those set-top boxes today in the market, they cannot deliver those experiences, the cloud DVR experience or OTT Netflix type experience on set-top box. They cannot handle that. And we are solving that precise challenge for pay TV operators, is that how they can quickly create new monetization services, create that in the cloud, develop everything in the cloud, and deliver that across different set-top boxes and connected devices.
What about the challenge of, in the multi-screen space, the opportunity arises to do dynamic advertising because in that space it's unicast and it's going out to each individual user. Are you able to support that from the core, or is that something separate from what
we
you
could.
do?
So there has been a lot of discussion about the dynamic ad insertion. Now there are two aspects of that in that dynamic ad insertion. One is a personalization ad, another one is an interactive ad. So if you consider television ads today, the first television ad came up, I believe, around 1951 in US, the first television ad. Since then, that television ad format has never changed. It's a 30-second spot. We are still keeping watching that same ad. There is no interactivity. On the other hand, on the website, you have the advertisement, which has gone through many changes, and now you can actually click on the ad if you like it, you can watch it, you can interact with that, you can send personal information to that. TV platform, it's still the same. Now, there's an opportunity to actually transform that platform or that model, which is how can you deliver both personalized as well as interactive television ads on TV platforms, and we believe we could deliver that.
So it's conceivable, you're not offering it in the marketplace yet, but it's conceivable to do dynamic on-the-fly advertising for your customers who are using your platform to deliver to IP-connected devices over broadband.
Absolutely.
Okay, well, that's something we'll certainly stay tuned to, because I would assume that the people that are embracing your technology very much want to do that.
Yes. So stay tuned for our CES plans, and we will give you more information at that time.
Okay, well, thanks so much, Sachin.
Thank you
Appreciate
very
your
much. I
time.
appreciate that.